Hello everyone, Miguel here from Unique Web Designer, and welcome to Boost Your Business episode 22. In this series, I provide a review for service-based businesses that are chosen at random, and I look over the websites live with you so that I can see if there are any things on those sites that I can improve in order to increase their conversions. And the goal of the series is that by you going live over these pages and you seeing how I look at them, you can find things within these videos that you can implement on your own website to increase your conversions and put more money in your pockets. So let's go ahead and do a search right now, and I already have it ready. It's for Lauderdale Lawn Service, and let me put myself away. Seems like that didn't load, so let's let it load, and let's go to the bottom, see who's showing up. So Sunshine Green Lawn Service. Let's see their website, see what they have going on. Oh, so this domain is parked in GoDaddy, so they don't really have a website. I guess they need our services. So I'll go to Monarch Lawn Service. Let's see what they have going on. And let me just shrink this so you guys can see the entire screen. So right away, they have their menu just pop up, and they have a chat, they have a phone over here, so that's good. The one thing that I would change right away, just to make it easier, is they do have a phone here, but it doesn't show the phone number. Some people may not know that that's a button that they can actually click. So if you have the phone number laid out, it's going to be, since it takes up more space, it's going to be more noticeable. So I would just change the button to the actual phone number and basically have a button with the phone number so that it takes up more space. Now, I can already see that this website isn't completely mobile friendly, or it's not quite responsive, because as you can see on my screen, I can actually see the entire logo. So it's Monarch Lawn Services, which is good. So that's a good logo, definitely, because it tells anybody that looks at the logo by itself what the company is all about. Now, let's see over here. It seems like a drone video of a golf course. So since they provide lawn services, that's good. Now, putting this up here doesn't do them any good. Monarch Lawn Services LLC, we already know you are Monarch Lawn Services LLC. So they just basically repeated the same information. Something that would work a lot better would be saying Fort Lauderdale Lawn Services, or Broward County Lawn Services. In other words, Google will understand, oh, when they crawl your website, they'll be able to see, oh, hey, this website is providing this service in this area. And yes, Google understands that that's what you're providing from their Google profile. But as you can see, their profile isn't ranking too well, and they only have one feedback. So there's probably not enough information in this Google business profile for Google to fully understand the company. So if they provided more information here as their header, in other words, the most important thing on the most important title on their website, then they will probably start gaining some rankings in the search engine results. So our experienced staff is composed of highly qualified full-time professionals with experience in all aspects of the landscape industry. Okay, so this isn't bad. One thing I would do, I would put some opacity so that the letters, the text, is easier to see, easier to read, and those would be basically the changes that I will make up here. So I'm definitely doing some optimizations so that the website is completely responsive as you can see, you can't really see the logo. Now if I go this, I just made my screen look like it's bigger, so, or act as if it was bigger, and now you can see the logo. So in other words, this website is probably going to look great on larger screens, but on my screen, which is a 14-inch, it doesn't. And the reason why I look at the websites on a 14-inch screen on my laptop is because on larger screens, everything looks good. Most every website is going to look good. But if they have a responsive issue, in other words, the website doesn't respond well to different size screens, I'll be able to see it because I'm looking at it on a smaller screen. And most of the times where you see all the responsive issues is when you're looking at it on your phone or a tablet, which is even smaller. So, but in this case, you can already see some of these issues. So we'll go back to full screen, and there you have it. So let's go ahead and move down. Now they have a chat, which is good, but right here in there above the fold, which would be anything that you see on your screen. So basically all of this here is considered above the fold. So in other words, everything that I can see on my screen whenever I arrive at a website is above the fold. And one thing that you want to have above the fold is a call to action. They have their phone here, they have their chat, so they have two ways of contacting them, but they don't have a call to action like, hey, do this. Click here for a free consultation, or fill out this form to receive a free quote. So I would definitely add a form or a button here, just letting people know, hey, this is what I want you to do. And that's one thing that a lot of websites miss out on. They don't have an actual call to action. And you know, a lot of people, you may be thinking, oh, but if there's a phone icon, they know that they can click there. If they see a chat, they know that they can chat. Yes, but not everybody knows that they can chat with this button. It's a button with 3 dots. Now I'll show you the difference. Say on ours, this is on my website, and if you can see, the chat actually says, welcome to Unique Web Designer. If you need help, simply reply to this message. We are online and ready to help. So, and it's a circle, so it's just like a button, just like theirs. But I'm actually putting out a message that tells anybody, whether they're a techie, somebody that just picked up a computer for the very first time. I'm telling them, hey, if you click here, I'll respond to whatever it is that you have on your mind. And here, obviously, you have to click, and then it's going to say, let's chat. So that's a little bit of a difference. And yes, most people will know that that's a chat, but let's say, you know, if 100 people come here and 10 of those people don't know that they can click this chat button, whereas on my website, those 10 people, they know that they can click the chat button. I'm going to have a higher conversion rate because I'm literally telling everybody, hey, these are the ways that you can contact me, and I'm making it obvious. They don't have to guess, they don't have to know anything. All they got to do is know how to read, basically. And same with the phone. Yes, most people know that this is a phone, but some people may not know that they can click on that button. On my website, here is a phone number. When you hover over it, you can click on it. So it's taking up more space, and it pops more. So just keep that in mind, because this isn't bad. It's just that they could do a little better, and every little bit helps when it comes to conversions. Because, you know, if you're converting 2 people out of 100 that come to your website, and if you can convert 4 out of 100 just because you're making minor tweaks, that's a 100% increase in, you know, your revenue, your income. So every little bit definitely helps. Now, putting your social media buttons here, I don't recommend that to anybody, but if you're going to, that's fine. I usually recommend people put it at the bottom on the footer, or maybe at the top where it's not taking up a lot of space. And let's see if they actually work. So Facebook, Wix. Okay, so this actually just goes, all of these buttons are going to Wix. So that tells me that this website was created with Wix, like on the Wix platform.
Listen, there's a good chance somebody's trying to hack your website right now. You gotta make sure you're covered.
The feature plugin.
I'm talking about enterprise-grade security built into your site and fully managed
all of these
for you.
buttons right now
Check this out.
are taking people to the Wix
First up, prevention.
social media.
The Wix platform is
So
secure by
Twitter
design.
is gonna be the Wix, as you can see up
Security
here.
experts are in the dev process, performing threat modeling, penetration tests, and designing code reviews. And you get a strong encryption for your data in transit
YouTube
and data at
taking
rest.
them to Wix.
E-com
So it's
sites,
not even taking them to the proper social media profile. So I would definitely change this. If they're gonna leave it there, add your URL. If not, just move it somewhere where it's not like trying to be the most important thing on your website, because right now above the fold, that's actually the only thing that stands out, and it's pointing to Wix instead of Monarch Launch Services. So over here they're saying with more than 15 years of experience in the industry with a coverage of 50 miles around. Okay, so that's good. And they have some nice little trees, so that's good. Company information, so this is about the company. And now once again, you see how this right here, let me show you. So you see how this right here, it's like the text is one on top of the other. That's just a responsive issue. Those are things that can be fixed easily with, you know, proper web design. And you see the same thing happens over here. So they could just take out this effect and it's gonna work perfect. So because if you're not hovering over it, it shows correctly. But once again, the text, the title is like Monarch Launch Services LLC. So they're just mentioning their brand, their name all throughout the website. Like, is that really what you want most people to know? No, you want to title these sections something that's like like a keyword phrase. So let's say commercial launch services, residential launch services, and leave it at that. We already know that we are at Monarch Services LLC, and everywhere we go we can see your logo. So you don't need to tell me about your company or your company name, because if you're giving information about the company, that's good, but just the company name by itself as the title of a bunch of different sections on your website, it does no good for your conversions. So and this right here, it's a stock image, and this one is a stock image, which is very obvious. I would recommend that that you put forth actual images of your business, and the services that you provide, because that makes better connections with your local clients. It's easier to connect with someone that has seen you, that already knows you, than with someone that's calling you and can't put a face to that voice. And going down, once again, this looks like a stock image about us. Our projects are carefully planned and executed, so they have good information about their company. Why choose Monarch Launch Services LLC? And here they have the phone number, but it's not click to call. Anywhere where you're gonna have your phone number, make sure that it's click to call, just to make it easy on people to reach out. And those tiny little things will definitely help improve your conversions. And then there's more information, Monarch LLC. So once again, it's like they're mentioning Monarch LLC everywhere. It's better to use keyword phrases. Like, you've already mentioned Monarch Launch Services LLC, let's say 2 or 3 times on your homepage. Now, instead of saying, like, let's say this is good, why choose Monarch Launch Services LLC? Then just say each project, yada yada, and just remove the name. Like, don't don't say your name so many times. Like, people already know where they are. So give them more information about your company, more information about the services that you provide, and you'll be better off. Now the mission, full equipped, a safer garden for children and pets. So this is good information. And then Monarch Lawn Services, this is a stock video. And now that I'm seeing this, the video at the top is probably a stock video as well, but maybe it's not. Not sure what this means. Avenir Light is a clean and stylish font flavor by designers. Okay, so this is just something where they didn't finish designing the website, and it's talking about the font that they're using on the site. So this they can just delete, and it's okay, and they'll be okay. Now this section here, I don't really know what this is supposed to be about. I'm assuming these are legitimate images of the services that they provide. So this right here is actually good. I would actually sprinkle these images throughout the site in those places where they have stock images, and it'll make better connections with their potential clients, definitely. So services, and here we go: lawn maintenance, landscape in general, and trim. So this is good. They're putting out all of their services. Now, one thing that I always recommend for local SEO purposes, and the reason why I touch up on local SEO is because, you know, there's no point on having a perfect website if nobody knows about it. I mean, yes, that's where you need to get started. Start with a good base, with the good foundation on your website, but make sure that people can reach your website. So if you're having a section with services, you could have a learn more button, which takes individuals to that specific service, like a page specifically for that service, and that's going to help Google better understand your website. And at the same time, if people, like, let's say somebody came down here and they're only interested in, say, tree trimming or something, and you hit learn more, they can go specifically to that page within your website instead of having to look over a bunch of stuff. So, and that'll give this person more information about that specific service, and it'll also give Google more content to rank you for. So moving on down, work. Our projects are carefully planned and executed. So this is the same thing that they put up there. So this is just redundant information. And we have and these right here, these are stock images, so I know that these are not their images. Once again, I'm if you're providing a service, 100% against stock images, me personally. Now there's some companies, some business owners that have hired us to create websites for them, and they didn't want to put their face, their team members out there, and yes, I understand that, but I always 100% recommend that you put your face out there, you put your team members, you show the work that you do, because it just makes a special bond, a connection with somebody that's going to your website, trying to find out more about your service and trying to figure out if they actually want to work with you. And so right here, contact us. Once again, the phone number is not click to call, so make sure this is click to call. Services, this right here, I would, like I said, if you're gonna have a services section, make sure that you're linking to a specific page about that service, so they could do that right here as well. Tell us. Okay, so I guess this is for you to contact them, and then down here it's their Google Maps, and then as you can see, they haven't updated the website since 2021, so that would probably explain some of the things they may not have paid attention to. Installation here is misspelled, so that's one thing too. Like, try not to have misspellings on your website, because if people see stuff being misspelled, they're just going to think that's the type of work that you do. And this is not to knock on this, on this business, but it's like if I go to a website and they're misspelling, a word here and there, I'm gonna think, well, if they're a painter, they're probably going to leave spots here and there as well, because they're not meticulous, they're not paying attention to their own website. So why would they pay attention to my home and what they're going to do in my home? So, and another thing too, as I was going through the website, you will see like a lot of things were popping in, just a lot of moving parts. And originally people thought that that was a good thing, just like kind of like fancy hovering and this and that and having all these things moving around. But in all reality, they take away from that person that's visiting your website for the first time. They're taking away their attention. They're paying attention more to the moving parts than to the message that you're trying to convey and to your call to action. So a lot of times it's not what you want to do. I mean, if you're a graphic designer, you may want to do that because it shows, oh, this guy is creative. This guy is, an outside the box thinker. If you're a web designer, you may want to do that just to show that you can do certain things. If you're a developer, do that. Those kind of people. But when it comes to a service, if you're going to come clean my pool, I don't need to see fancy things on your website. Yes, it needs to be clean, it needs to look professional, but it does not need to wow me with a bunch of flying darts or flying water or anything like that. Those things are just going to take my eyes away from what you, the business owner, wants me to do, which is get in contact, reach out so that I can buy your services. And so just to break down a little bit on this website, I'm definitely fixing the responsiveness issues, changing the content up here. So the message, I'm just gonna make it more about what we do and the service that we provide. The phone number, definitely laying out the phone number instead of just an icon, so that it takes up more space and it accentuates itself, so it grabs the people's attention, so it pops. And then the chat, I'm just, instead of having just a button, I'm going to have a little message saying, hey, we're online, or hey, click here to chat with us and we'll get back to you as soon as possible, or whatever. But actually having something there that tells people, yes, you can click here, you can chat with me. And then going down, I already mentioned just removing all those moving parts. You may have a section or two, but not like every section where everything is moving, because it's a distraction when it comes to this type of service. And then these social media links, I'm definitely moving them to the bottom or maybe to the top of the page, but very small. And I'm definitely fixing the links because they're pointing to Wix instead of Monarch Lawn Services. And that's about it for this website. Hopefully you guys found this video useful, and if you did, please share it with anyone that you think could find this video useful. Like it and leave a comment. Also, if you want me to review a website, be sure to leave a comment with the URL and just let me know, hey, I want you to review this website. And if you don't like leaving public comments, then you can go to our website, which is uniquewebdesigner.com. Send me a message there and I'll do a review just like this. It's free of charge, so you don't have to worry about any of that. And as always, my friends, this is the end of this video, and Unique is out.